Hey guys, how you going? This is Billy Eat World again, and thanks for taking the time to check out another one of my Battlefield 5 videos. Just remember though, if you do like what you see, make sure to hit subscribe and most importantly the bell icon because subscriptions apparently don't work anymore, and also feel free to leave a suggestion in the comments for the next video. Now, in today's video, we're actually going to take a look at another SLR weapon review, this time featuring the Gewehr 43, which is actually the first one you unlock. And I've got to say, the more I play with this gun, the more I like it, because it's probably the SLR that I think has the most in common with, for example, the DMRs from back in the BF4 days. What I mean by that is that this one is truly a weapon designed for long-range gunfights, and it's probably the best gun in the assault class at the moment for taking on snipers. So the question is, how does it work, and what makes it so fun to use? Well, that's what we're going to find out in this video. Okay, so to kick off, well, the Gewehr 43 might not be as recognizable as, say, the US M1 Garand is, but as far as German semi-autos go, this one is the one people remember. And that's because it was by far the most widely used semi-automatic rifle fielded by the German armed forces in World War II, with over 400,000 being produced from about 1943. On the other hand, the standard issue infantry weapon of the German army at the time was still the Mauser K98K, a bolt-action rifle very similar to what was used in the First World War. And so basically, the G43 was a serious upgrade to the firepower of a standard German Wehrmacht infantry squad, trading long-range accuracy for rapid fire, which is something you'll see it also does in-game. So what do I mean by that? Well, obviously when you compare it to a bolt-action rifle, it's not going to be able to land a one-hit kill at any range, even if you do land a headshot. However, it does deal 45 max damage, which drops off to 34 at around 60 meters, meaning it's a 3-shot kill max at any range, or a 2-shot kill at close range if you manage to land a headshot. Now, this is a hell of a lot more damage than most of the other assault SLRs, and the only one that actually really even comes close is the Mauser M1916. But the big difference is that the Gewehr 43 fires at 300 RPM compared to the 1916, which fires at 226, which is actually a huge deal in CQB. Now, with that being said though, whether it works in CQB or not, that's definitely not where you want to be using this gun. Because, I mean, it's better than all of the other assault SLRs at long range, and so if you're not really using it for mid to long range shots, then, well, you're probably using the wrong gun. Also, as you'll find, the big drawback of the G43 is that it's only got a 10-round magazine, and it also loads from stripper clips. And as we saw with the Turner SMLE in one of my previous videos, this will get you killed quite a bit if you do manage to get yourself into close range gunfights. So bearing that in mind, I think you'll definitely want to try and run it with the 3x scope, because even though the aperture will do a decent job as well, it just fits the role better. And with that, just bear in mind that anytime you do pick a 3x in general, that does mean that you're signing yourself up for some pretty awkward situations if you do get yourself into CQB. Fortunately though, if you can keep yourself at mid to long range, you'll find that this gun is super easy to handle, as long as, of course, you're pacing out your shots. And the best part is, you don't have to worry about getting headshots with this gun, because it doesn't matter. Either way, it's going to be a 3-shot kill at most ranges. Now, bearing all of that in mind, as for specializations, well, obviously one way of speccing out the G43 would be to try and make up for its weaknesses by using mostly the left-hand side of the tree. Except that, as you can see here, I usually pick high-velocity bullets, and I also pick barrel bedding at the bottom because I don't really have an issue with recoil and scope-in delay. On the other hand though, if you want to go for a strictly long-range loadout, well, you could go all the way down the right-hand side of the tree instead. But the big issue here is that by doing it this way, you'll miss out on the detachable mags upgrade, which, as you can see, is unfortunately the only way to reduce reload time on this gun. But anyway, to finish up, as for my top tips for this gun, well, firstly, it'd have to be definitely top up your mag whenever you have a chance, which isn't something that you normally want to do, but you've got to consider that this gun only has 10 rounds in the mag, and there will be those crappy situations where it does take 8 or 9 bullets to kill a zigzagging target. On a similar note, it's also really important to make sure you don't reload on empty because number one, it'll take longer, and number two, it'll only reload to 10 shots instead of 11, as you'll notice sometimes it does. And that's because that 11th shot is actually the one still left in the chamber, and if you fire that off as well, it won't be reloaded when you reload your magazine. But anyway, guys, I guess that just about wraps up this video, so make sure you let me know what you think of the Gewehr 43 in the comments section below. And also, just remember, if you've got a weapon you'd like to see featured in the next episode, you can let me know that down below as well, and I'll see what I can do. As always, though, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please feel free to check out the links in the description if you want to see any more of these videos. And also, don't forget, you can find my Twitter and Discord links down there as well if you want to keep in touch. And as always, until next time, see you later, and have a good one.